just like I said. Are you guys doing okay?
We're great.
You guys having a good time with these crazy fans that came out to see you like that?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It feels good. I'm going to have my chance to talk to you guys a little bit more, but we're going to let your crazy fans ask you guys a few more questions. Let's go join beautiful Shelly. She's got... She's with some fans. I have some questions for you guys.
Merci, Reg. Yes, we have Stefan here who has a question for you guys.
I was just wondering why you decided to choose Argentina for the new DVD that one night to film it.
I can't sit up here and say I have so much integrity if I don't follow through with the things that I say. And unfortunately, back in 2001, before the towers were hit in America, we were scheduled to go down there and play a concert, and we were going to record that. Now, we recorded a long time ago in Argentina. It's a mad audience. I mean, it's equivalent to Montreal, but we hadn't really, the situation for us to come up here and record, it wasn't the same because, it was already set up down there. And frankly, when the towers got hit, we had some cowards on our staff that had said they weren't going, and we can't take a guitar player down there without a guitar tech. Now, it wasn't my tech, so you do the math, you can figure out who the chicken was.
Thank you. We have Max here who also has a question for you guys.
Hi. Après une carrière si bien remplie, est-ce qu'il y aurait quelque chose que vous auriez fait différemment?
Can you answer that one?
No.
After such a successful career, is there anything that you'd go back and change?
I would like to say goodbye to Gar Samuelson before he died. And there's certain things that I wish I would have done differently, but to be right here with you right now, if I changed anything, I wouldn't be here. So, it's just one of those stupid Hollywood kind of things, if you go back and you change something, who knows, I could have 10 kids.
Which you don't.
No.
Okay, bonjour, ça va bien?
Bonjour, oui.
Ton nom?
Xavier.
Xavier's here for you guys.
I'd like to know, what's the importance of the artwork and of Vic Rattlehead to the vision of the band?
I guess that's my question again, huh? Come on, baby. Sorry, these guys are just sitting here doing nothing.
We learn something new every day. Go on, Dave.
The beginning was Vic Rattlehead. There's a song called Scald Me to Skin from the first song. I was thinking about getting a tattoo, so I had drawn this little image of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and had done this elaborate thing. And then I thought, you know what, you don't stick a bumper sticker on a Mercedes-Benz, so I'm not going to get a tattoo. I don't have a tattoo, and I have nothing against body art, but it was a phase I went through. And then we tried to use it for the first record cover. We were with a record company called Combat, and the artwork came back, and it was a plastic skull with pickles and ketchup all over it, and it didn't look nothing like my ideas. So by the time we got to the second record, we were with a different record label, and we could afford to do the artwork right and have them see my vision.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Reg, c'est à ton tour. T'as deux questions.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It's my turn to talk to you guys a little bit now. You touched upon it a little bit with Shelly earlier on, talking about the new album that's out now. First record with Roadrunner Records. Talk to me a little bit about why you chose that record company and how it's been since you've been a part of that family.
I think more importantly is how come Case tried for 25 years to get me to sign to him. He was the first guy that ever talked to me when I first decided I was going to be playing music. He came over to Los Angeles when I was working in a rehearsal studio. Megadeth had just started, and I said, no, you live in Holland, you're too far away. If I want to come over there and yell at you, I've got to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. And it's ironic the way that the whole thing has come full circle to where I'm, at this point in my career, I'm with this label. And then there's a lot of labels in America that say they understand heavy metal, and they've got a lot of great bands on their labels, but they're not there for long because they really don't understand the animal that heavy metal is. It's a sense of community that we all have, and we really need to stick together. And when bands start changing and morphing as they grow up and as they get mature with their music and stuff like that, sometimes labels can't understand that. I feel right now we're really understood, and we're with people who, face it, if you've got Slipknot and you've got Nickelback, you certainly should know how to do something in the middle, where Megadeth kind of falls in.
Yeah. So now was the right time? You're saying, it could have happened, 25 years ago, 15, 10, now was the right
it
time?
Probably would have been better if it happened 2 records ago and we never went to Sanctuary. But it's you live and learn. I mean, if you can't take a mistake and turn it into an opportunity to make yourself better, then you're not really learning anything.
Time to get the other guys involved a little bit.
Thanks.
You mentioned it quickly just now, but for the people who might not know, there is some Canadian blood in Megadeth. Talk to me a little bit about how that all happened.
Well, for me, there was a couple of guys that had referred me to Dave, just because they knew of some past stuff that I had done, and figured that it might be a good match for the band. I was put in touch with Dave, and then sent him some video material of me playing a couple of Megadeth songs, and he seemed to like what he was seeing, and kind of went from there. So, yeah.
And then along came
Sean.
I came in 6 days before the tour.
Okay.
Totally blindsided, and which actually, looking back, I'm glad it happened that way. Within 12 hours, I was on an airplane to Arizona, and just thrown it right into the situation, and never looked back. And it's been a fantastic ride.
They're not explaining it as good as I should be told. Okay. Glenn, I found through our webmaster. They sent me a video of Glenn.
I was actually homeless in Los Angeles.
This is why Dave answers all the questions.
Glenn said they sent me an email of him, a picture of him, and then I saw a video of him, and I thought, this guy's perfect for the band. And then we had a guy named Nick Menza that had tried to come back and play with us, and it just didn't work out because we needed a drum tech at the time. And Glenn had said that Sean had done some drum tech for him when he was in King Diamond. So Glenn and I called Sean up, and Nick is in there, and Nick goes, I don't even want to effing know you. And I just went, oh my God. And then Glenn took me outside, and he says, I can't play with Nick. And I said, I agree, I fired him once. And then we called Sean. He came out 4 days of rehearsal, drove to Reno with me on the 5th day, 6th day. He's headlining in Megadeth, and he tells me after the concert, this is my 3rd show ever. Now, you think I wanted to kill him?
Oh my. Something you don't want to hear before he plays, right? I guess afterwards was a bit better.
No, it wasn't.
No? Been ridiculous. I was wondering, looking back and reading up on Megadeth through all the years, with all the lineup changes and everything that's gone on with the band, what was the secret to keeping the Megadeth spirit alive?
Firing people.
Is it simple as that?
I'm just kidding.
So
I'm kidding.
keeping them would have killed it?
I'm kidding. You need to have a common vision. A car has one steering wheel, and I think when we all have the same vision, we don't tend to start, hey, let's take it over here because I want to do things my way because I think I'm more important what the band vision is. And for me, Megadeth is about, a way of life. It's about intensity with music, and it's about saying how you feel. There's a lot of things that happen in the world. I travel a lot. I'm an international musician. I'm not just an American that plays in America. We just got done playing Serbia last year, and who would think you'd go to Serbia after everything that just happened there? But long story boring is that when you travel this much, you learn a lot of different things, and you really want to take that to your fans, and you want to share with them what your life is. You got to live life in between records, and a lot of people aren't going to be able to go the places I go to. So I want to give that part of myself to our fans because they've given me a lifestyle that is just a dream.
Okay, I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot right now. I'm going to ask you right now, in 2007, is this the most comfortable you felt with Megadeth ever, like with these boys, with these
right
brothers
this moment?
Right this moment?
I feel more comfortable in my bed at home.
Oh yeah. But you're happy with
this is the happiest I've ever been playing music with anybody. And I've played with a lot of great musicians over the years, but we have a common bond right now. With the two brothers, there's a chemistry that you don't have to worry about. Oh, these two are going to hate each other, and because one of them has been with the other one since the second he was born, there's that chemistry, so they can look at the other one and just know what they're thinking, and you'll see that when we play because they just basically are sharing the same brain.
Okay.
Sometimes.
There we go.
And we grew up listening to this kind of music, so
that wasn't a dig.
So it was easy to adapt to this kind of situation, because we understood the music.
Excellent.
I
read somewhere that your number one priority in life used to be music. That has changed, and now I think it's faith, family, and then third, music. When did that change come about, and how important of a decision was that for you in life?
Well, it came after my arm got injured, but I've believed in God ever since I was a kid. I mean, this first line of Peace Sells But Who's Buying says, what do you mean I don't believe in God? I talk to him every day. So, I mean, a lot of people are making a big deal about this, I mean, I'm a Christian. If I was a Catholic, no one would care. If I was a Jew, no one would care. If I was Buddhist or Muslim, no one would care. But because I'm a Christian, it's like a big deal. What's the big deal? The record sounds great. Who cares?
Yeah. My point more was not being in what order you put these things in, but more like deciding, okay, you know what, music is not going to be my number one priority. Family will be there, faith will be there. Do you think sometimes that one of the hardest things maybe about committing yourself 100% to being a musician and being in a band is sometimes putting other things that are important to you in life aside? Because you're so much into that one thing.
I think it depends on how good you are at what you do. If you really feed off of the energy of the people you're playing with and the people you're playing to, then it's pretty natural. And for some people that can't differentiate when they're on the stage and they take that step down there and are standing amongst everybody else, I'm just like everybody else here. Just because I play guitar and I sing doesn't make me better than anybody. I'm better than a lot of other guitar players, but I'm not a better person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really remember that. I mean, one of my favorites. I love macaroni and cheese. Now that's not what a snob would eat. It would be macaroni and cheese and caviar, right?
That's it, exactly.
I mean, I still, I'm a normal person. I drive a regular car. I live a regular life. And I think that's really important to stay grounded.
You talked about your injury. Did that change the way you have to organize touring and the physical aspect of playing in a band?
It changed a lot because there was nerve damage done to the inside of my arm here, on the inside of my bicep. I'd had my arm over the back of a chair and I had fallen asleep and it cut off the circulation, so my hand was numb. And because I'm a guitar player and this is the fingering hand, it had gone to sleep and I couldn't use it. And I didn't really recognize how much I identified with guitar until I couldn't play it anymore. So I took a little time off and I figured out, who am I? That's when I developed Gigantor, and I wanted Gigantor to be something beautiful so that I could, again, give something back from my career and the gifts I've been giving back to our fans.
Awesome. You feel like testing that arm out a little bit?
What, like arm wrestling?
No, not at all, because you'd kick my ass. So how about a little bit of playing? Voulez-vous voir Megadeth en prestation? You guys feel like playing some songs? Feel like playing some songs for the people out here? Changez surtout pas de poste. Après la pause, Megadeth en prestation à Musique Plus.